and I'll just start with probably my greatest accomplishment is being married for 44 years and raising 4 adult kids and now 21 grandkids. And I'll explain in a bit why that's significant, I think, as it pertains to this topic. Mary Ann and I helped start 2 shelters for battered women in Minnesota. And from there, we helped launch a company called Nystrom and Associates with over 1,000 clinicians, 50 sites in 4 different states. And we did that together. In that process, I also did over 33,000 psychotherapy sessions. So I've sat with all kinds of people, couples, you name it, hearing all kinds of problems. Currently, I am doing clinical supervision groups where I'm giving guidance to young clinicians who are just starting out in the field. I met Bruce and Joy Fleming back somewhere in the 1990s, early to mid 90s. I'm not even sure anymore. And at that time, I had heard about Dr. Joy Fleming's dissertation, and I found that to be transformative. What was found in her dissertation, how she added to the body of knowledge in terms of biblical interpretation, in particular around Genesis 2 and 3. And as a matter of fact, that helped me write my book, Ordinary People, Extraordinary Marriages. I learned about Tru316 directly through Bruce Fleming and the books that he's written, which again elaborate in greater detail these important topics on biblical interpretation in terms of male-female relationships. Why I think it's important to have Tru316 is many things. If applied correctly, it will benefit marriages, male-female relationships of any type. It will model to children how a man and a woman are to interact together in a family or just in relationships in general. It will help reduce and optimally eradicate domestic violence. It will have a profound impact on the media in terms of how women are portrayed, how men are portrayed, male-female relationships. It'll have an impact on movies, contemporary music lyrics, social media, pornography, and the list is almost endless. But in other words, it would have a transformative effect on our culture. It would be culture changing. In my own work, from a microcosm perspective, sitting with couples, hearing their problems of all different types, the proper interpretation of the Genesis 2 and 3 model that Tru316 elaborates on, and also Dr. Joy Fleming's dissertation, is it causes the husband and wife, the male-female, to look at each other in a proper way. In other words, males and females are made in the image of God, period. So while I'm not a Hebrew expert, talk to the Flemings on that, the phrase "ezer kenegdo" really becomes profound. The idea that the man and the woman are allies, they're partners. The female came to the rescue, so to say. There's no rank ordering. There's not a hierarchy. It's rather an egalitarian perspective. They are metaphorically face to face. They are true partners. They have closeness. They have intimacy. They're like a mirror image. It's a mystery, and yet intuitively, if you think about it and let it in, it all makes sense. So it is a partnership model, to say the least. And so I've used that perspective with couples.
Mm.
They're all in agreement. They said, this makes total sense. Because I think in our hearts, we know intuitively this is the right thing. And of course, we know this is a correct interpretation of Scripture. Scripture has been misinterpreted on this, which has messed up so many things, so many relationships. And the perversion of the original sin and the effects of the sin. So this proper interpretation will help set people free. It gives them a paradigm, a model to think about the male-female relationship, and it helps us compare and contrast what is going on in the world, that we can counter that with the truth. And so I am deeply indebted to the Flemings for Tru316, and also Joy Alasky Fleming's fantastic dissertation. So that's it. Thank you so much, and please support Tru316.